What's up, my crypto lovers? Welcome back to Just Crypto Headquarters. And today we're going to be talking about how long this Bitcoin bear market will last. And basically what we're going to be doing is looking at Bitcoin's price action history from the previous bear markets and comparing it to the current situation that we are facing and what we're seeing, right? Please guys, smash the like, smash the subscribe, click on the notification bell, because we are trying to get to our first 1,000 subscribers, and I would really appreciate it if you guys do. But let's jump straight into the chart. The first chart, obviously, I'm going to have is Bitcoin. And basically, I'm just going to give you guys a little short overview of what I think is about to happen in the market right now before we look at how long the bear market will last. Currently, Bitcoin is following a full Wyckoff cycle, which basically is a initial pump, distribution, this into accumulation, into a distribution, and then the bear market starts, right? So that's his little green bars. The green is basically the accumulation. That's when the whales accumulate. And the red is when they basically dump. They sell their tokens, so they make a profit, basically. They distribute the tokens, right? And if we look on the daily time frame, I'm going to show you guys what I think is about to happen. We just broke a key structure on Bitcoin. And we also formed a lower macro low, which is quite bearish, right? And I've been saying this for weeks. I think we are going lower. It's pretty evident. So that's the lows, right? And as you can see here, this is a lower low compared to these two, which is actually bearish. And it means that there is a continuation for Bitcoin to go further down, right? Unless we see a massive bullish divergence. We don't. On the other hand, there could possibly be actually. Oh, wow, there is actually a bullish divergence. So basically this is a low, as you can see here, and this is a higher low, right? On the momentum indicators. That means that the selling pressure is, Bitcoin is losing selling pressure. Do you see that? That's higher than this one, but this one is higher than this one. But that also ties in with my theory as to why I think there is a short-term bounce, and I'll show you guys the price history as well as to why I think there is a short-term bounce to come. And also looking at the stock market, I can see the same in the stock market. There is a short-term bounce to come. This is basically the S&P 500. If I go in the larger time frame, as you guys can see over here, we're about to hit a major level, which is over here. So I do see a short-term bounce, right? And then basically continue the dump further. Same with the NAS 100. It's just trading in this nice little channel. And yeah, so let's go over to basically the history of what I think is going to happen and how long this bear market will last. This is the current price action for Bitcoin for this year and last year. But if we go on the weekly time frame, I'm just going to go back to 2017. So as you guys can see, it's obviously May right now, right? This is my major accumulation box down here. The previous high, around 20K and above. This is the best time to accumulate Bitcoin. Whenever it touches inside this green box, that's when you should be starting to scoop up some Bitcoin. So if we go over to 2017, I'm just going to choose a little date, more or less like the May area of 2017 after the bull market. Because what happened in 2013, basically, there was the Mt. Gox hack. Bitcoin crashed down. That was the top of the bull market for 2013. 2017. China banned FUD, crashed the market, right? Current bull market, China FUD, China banned Bitcoin, and then also Elon Musk sold his Bitcoin, or is not accepting Bitcoin anymore for Tesla, right? So it's basically almost following the same structures every bull market, literally. And also the Ethereum futures launched, that was also the top. And then obviously you guys know the ban FUD and Elon FUD. And also this top over here, the Bitcoin futures launched, right? So the market cycles are basically all the same. It's literally following the same steps as before. There's always a catalyst that brings down the market. And from that point on, the market just continues into a bear cycle. So there isn't really any difference. The only thing that we need to basically have is patience for this market, because where we are sitting right now in the market is right about here. It's somewhere in this range. Let me just get that little tool. it's somewhere in this range. So let's just say we're about here in May, right? This is about the area we're looking for in May. We're somewhere over here. And what we need for the market to happen, or what the whales want to do, and what the big boys in the crypto space want to do, the big VCs and all of them, they want to dry out the market, right? They want to make sure people capitulate. People basically leave the market. So there's no buying pressure anymore. So that basically the market just dies out and all the short-term people that were here, they leave. So the best thing you can actually do in this time and space is stay and learn through this bear market, as well as start accumulating your top coins. I would say layer 1 coins. Those are going to be your best bets. The top tokens, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum. You have Solana, Cardano. There's Glimmer. There's Algo. And yeah, so forth. So those are like really good tokens to accumulate during this bear market. So this is where I think we are right now. And what we are waiting to see is a little dry out period, right? As you can see over here, this little period is where Bitcoin just chops up sideways. The price doesn't really do anything. So it happens for a few months. And then by the end of the year, we see the actual capitulation event happen. And this is where the price just completely tanks. Right? So this could happen at the end of this year or the beginning of next year sometime. That is the major catalyst event. And this is going to be the best opportunity to picking up some of your coins. When it hits that green box, and as you can see the previous history, these are like the highs over here. When it comes into the green box, which is this green box over here that I have drawn out, just above 20K. So anywhere in this range over here, that's where you start accumulating. Whenever this price comes down, you basically start accumulating tokens. And accumulating is basically dollar cost averaging. You start buying piece for piece of whatever tokens that you do believe in, that you have conviction in. But we are looking for a nice dry out period. There is going to be bounces in between, which is basically what we see over here. And that's a few months before the actual capitulation happens, guys. That's a few months. And I do think there is a little bounce. As you guys can see, there's a little relief bounce over here. So Bitcoin is on crucial support right now. So like I said, there's potentially a nice little small bounce over here, right? We get a nice little bounce. And then it just chops up. And then eventually it capitulates, maybe by the end of next year or the beginning of next year. So around these times over here. Could happen before, could happen after, because price action won't be exactly the same, but it will rhyme, right? History doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So basically, that's what's going to happen. But all you need to know is this is where you're going to accumulate in this little green box, more or less. And then from there, we will have about... That's when the real time starts. That's December. This is 2019. So it's a year of a bear market. We started our bear market over here. So we still need to basically have a whole year of a bear market left, right? Until the end of this year. And then we're looking at another year. Another 2 years, more or less, right? And that's when the final rally starts. So we'll have 2 years of a nice bear market, including the rest of these months. So 2 years and a few months, right? That's how long I think this bear market is going to last. 2 years, a couple of months, potentially even 3 years, right? But from there, that's where I think that the Bitcoin price will start recovering again. There also is an alternative that we got to look at as well, because if we look at the stock market looks terrible. And we could possibly go into a recession because the stock market really looks terrible. This is the stock market right now. A massive rally, a top out, a lower high, and this is just the sign of a complete bear market. This is bear market cycle price action right here. And if the price keeps on falling down right here, we are looking at a recession. And with a recession, people are going to start looking for a hard asset to go into. They don't want to hold these. They don't want to hold any stocks and etc. because everything's just going to be dumping, right? Even in physical cash. So they're going to look for some hard asset, which is usually going to be something like gold. And this is where Bitcoin comes in. People that have conviction in gold, Bitcoin being the new store of value. That's why the best opportunity for you is just a dollar cost average. You really don't know what's going to happen, right? So with gold, I do see higher prices for gold. This is gold on the weekly time frame. Gold has been actually doing quite well. I've got to say, gold has been doing really well, guys. this is really good for gold. I do see gold. Okay, this is quite bearish though. This is called a bearish divergence on the larger time frame. It means that gold is losing steam, right? So probably in a few years as well, gold will start picking up again. But now that's the thing. If we do go in a recession, people are going to look for a hard asset to go into. And as we saw at the start of this bear market, when the bear market started, people were so scared that they pumped the price of gold and they believed that gold was the asset to go into. So, which was around about here, I think. Yeah. See the February and Jan of this year. If you look at Bitcoin, Jan, Bitcoin crashed, stock market crashed. Gold pumped. So gold does look like a hard asset that you should be going into. For the longer term, it's the safest asset. But the people that have conviction in Bitcoin, I'd say dollar cost average as well. Because if a recession hits, you need to be in gold or you need to be in Bitcoin. You can never be too safe, to be honest with you. So that's what we're looking at. We are looking at 2 to 3 years worth of a bear market. With a lot of jumps and bumps in between. There's a lot of trading going to be happening in these zones, but there is going to be a nice accumulation down in this zone right over here, guys. This is going to be such a good accumulation zone for the people that really have conviction in crypto. But also, guys, like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it as we are trying to grow to our first 1,000 subscribers. Let's go.